Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. Welcome back, folks. Okay. Now, my sub count's been stuck at 7.87. I looked at it today and I lost a sub, 7.86. Go figure. That the type of information I bring out on my channel, the words I use, the images I show, the spiritual things that I show on this channel. And, people will say, Riz, like, you should have more subs. Like, yeah, we all know that. But we all know about being shadow banned or blacklisted from certain content. Like, I mean, it's very evident and clear, comments get deleted from my videos, and it's not done by me. It's done by YouTube. It's just a lot going on when it comes to censoring. And we know when you have pertinent information, it's going to be censored highly because it's critical to the enlightenment of the world, not just for a certain group of people, for all who visualize it and see it and use their third eye and think outside the box. This is all it is. And shout out brother Anunnaki. Anunnaki has a good heart. When he sees things that aren't right, he speaks on them, and you could hear he's speaking from his heart, like he's really trying to warn you about certain things. And I understand that because I'm the same way. He's not a bad guy, and he has good information. It's just sometimes presented and like, a manner where it looks like he's coming at a person, but he's just telling you how he feels, which is not a bad thing. Okay, we are a community. We're supposed to be selfless, not selfish. We're supposed to share information, knowledge, information, post other channels on community walls, because it says community posts. It says to share. But if we look on most channels, they're not sharing. It's all about self, which is the world's way. And the brother posts this on his channel, and he's showing you that a lot of these carved, etched in stone, I mean, it's on the walls, people. You see the beards, okay? Not long, straight hair like any other race, like melanated beings, okay? You see the thick nose, okay? The pine cone, which represents your third eye. All they want to tell you about is the hypothalamus. Even on the ancient aliens, they only speak of the hypothalamus being the third eye. It only resembles the eye of Horus. But the eye of Horus is just a symbol for your third eye, folks. Okay? I'm not big on like a bunch of Egypt stuff and all that. I cover everything. I'm not in a box. Okay? I'm not going to be stuck just with Egypt when we're dealing with a universe, a universe. Okay? And then it also depicts that these ancient ones wore timepieces or some type of device, okay, on their wrists. And understand, folks, you're living in a primitive era. All it takes is for information to go out a few generations and it'll never come back, folks. We're living in a primitive, dumbed down society. I've showed electric cars from the early 1800s on my community wall, showing you that they had electric cars that had 1,000 miles per charge. Okay, you could charge your electric car and drive for 1,000 miles before charging it. Electric scooters that the post office used. Okay, UPS had electric delivery trucks. I mean, come on, folks. You think you're living in a technologically advanced society? You're not. And you're super dumbed down to the fullest. But let me move on. More on the walls of these Anunnaki gods or ancient depictions on the walls, whatever name you want to give to them. Timepieces, watches, whatever you want to call it. Something on their wrist that resembles what modern man does today. Okay? Another image. Showing that looks like the rapper Rick Ross. I mean, come on. Are you serious? Look at the beard. Look at the timepiece. And it looks like he has a peace pipe in his hand because the herbs are for the healing of the nation. Understand that, folks. And I'm going to show you what I captured in the sky, which I showed numerous times, and I'm going to show it again. The giant being on the edge of what people call clouds. Okay, this is the regular blue shot that's just in the sky, not enhanced or anything like that. We're going to zoom in. Okay, here's his head. He's wearing some type of white garment on his shoulder, like a fur. Here's his arm, the timepiece. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Look closely. You see his knee bent, his foot, and his other foot is there. And he has some type of strange creature on his lap, the same way people sit with animals on their lap. Now I'm going to zoom in just on the face right quick, but I have clearer shots, ones with enhancement that's in black and white. Okay, that's the face. You see the pointed ear. It looks like he's wearing some type of dark goggles or sunglasses, or it could be his eyes. Nose, mouth, pointed goatee and beard and mustache. Hold that in, let it resonate. Zoom in a little closer. I mean, come on, you clearly can see that. Now let's zoom in on the wristwatch that he's wearing. See his arm, elbow bent, and that's the watch right there. I'll zoom in on it. Or I don't even want to call it a watch, just whatever it may be. Zoom out. Now I'm going to go to the enhanced shot. Okay. Let's zoom in on the face. Now this giant entity is in the sky, on the edge of what people look up and see as clouds, but we know are massive craft. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on the face again and show you. Pointed ear, darked out eyes, nose, mouth, pointed goatee, beard, and you see the headdress. Now I'm going to zoom that in and hold it still. I mean, look at the point on the goatee. It's called the soul patch because it's right under the bottom lip. Zoom out. See the white fur or garment on his shoulder. You see his elbow. His body is in all black. Zoom out slightly a little more. You see his legs bent and his feet. Now let's zoom in on that wrist. Do you see that, folks? This is like some vector shaped timepiece. It's right on his wrist. You can clearly see it. It's shining. And you might lose perspective right there, but then we zoom out and I'll show you the entire entity. You see his elbow bend. You see his leg crossed. You can see his foot, his other foot here, and then his head. Black and white shot. Let's turn this the other way, folks, so we take it in this way. Bear with me. Let me get my stand together. Okay, now I got it up the long way just for these shots, so you can get the whole enormity of how big this character is. Pull down some light. See his face, fur on his shoulder, arm, timepiece. Now let's go to this shot because this one is way clearer. You can see the bend in his legs right there, like he has his legs crossed, like he's sitting in a chair just like relaxing. Giant, people. Black and white of the face for all the naysayers. I don't expect what I do to get a lot of airplay in this type of world that we live in. Everything here is inverted. They do this to my channel because they don't want this type of information out. They don't want what they deem as a so-called regular person to bring you this type of spiritual enlightenment. And I challenge anyone, what do you do? I don't see many people doing much to prove all things. Bear with me, folks. Let me get this back standing up properly. Okay. You know what? Let's see here. Hope I'm not giving anyone a seizure from all this movement. Bear with me. Here we go. We're back. Just like the ancient depictions that are carved in stone. Seeing is knowing, folks. I used to say believing, but we understand believing is you having faith in something. You don't know it. You don't know the truth. But when you know something, it's like sacred or secret information because not many people know it. And I get that because that's what I'm giving you. They didn't expect a regular person like me to come down here and do this. They didn't. I mean, look at the depictions they're showing you. I just showed you that the real character in the sky. Look at the adornments that's on the collar. Sitting. I just showed you that. Feel free to screenshot that stuff. You know, do you need to see the king lizard that I filmed on the sun riding on a horse with armor on? That's in like red and gold. You can see the reins that he's controlling this horse with. You can see the horse's ears, his eye, his mouth. I mean, that's like a chariot of sorts, and it's on the sun. And if you don't believe that's a lizard being, you see his black eyes, you see his black nostrils, you see his mouth, his jawline, and the giant crown that he's wearing on his head, and he has white horns protruding out the side of his cheeks. No one down here is showing you these things. That's why I stopped doing videos, because it's being suppressed so much. But you know, it's okay though, because like I said before, I used to do this on my phone, just out in the street with random people, you know, and have a small crowd gather. So if I'm reaching 7 people or 7,000 people, that's fine with me. That's great. You can shadow ban me all day long. I'm doing my job because we're being watched by the higher power to see who's doing the work. Trust me. Okay, I showed that before, you know, like I'm the only one that's showing things on the sun, you know, but it's okay. Speaking of the sun, let's go to it. Okay, where should we start? Okay, let's start right there. Okay, I posted these on community posts. Clouds behind the sun. They tell you the sun is 93 million miles away. But if you had any common sense, you would know that how could the sun have clouds behind it if it's in space? See, this is simple elementary school teachings where they tell you, okay, the sun's 93 million miles away. If you're on Earth and clouds cover the sun, they only should be in front of the sun because it's zero atmosphere in space. So this is a high definition camera. This person zoomed all in. You see the clarity of this picture. They're showing you atmosphere looping around the sun, behind the sun. Like, of course, in front of it. But if you have any intelligence and logic, they taught you in school that the clouds should only be in front of the light source. That's the sun and the moon. But we're seeing clouds behind it. So how could it be 93 million miles away? And who did that measurement? They can tell you anything and you eat it up because you're lost. You're not fully awake. You're playing a game. You have to truly wake up, folks. You see the atmosphere behind the sun. And I didn't even go into the structures. I mean, you clearly can see them. You know? But I'm deemed all types of things. I'm giving you sacred knowledge, things that I know. Okay? I'm telling you I'm from heaven, which is above you. It's a kingdom. It's another dimension. Okay, I came down here as a volunteer to wake folks up. That's why I had this ability, and I'm sharing my ability. When I share with you, guess what? Your third eye pops open too. I mean, come on, I'm outlining things. I'm showing you geometric shapes that are protruding from the sun that have appendages on them. You understand? An appendage is something that sticks out. These things are not natural. I'm a scholar. I did very well in school. School was easy for me. You know, the only thing I didn't like about school was math because it was confusing. You know, everything else was just memorization and regurgitation. Like, I mean, come on, you know, but clouds behind the sun and somebody going to tell me about a solar system and things being, you know, Everything here, you live in a cosmic egg. It even goes back to Egypt. An egg is something that's closed. There's no getting in and out of it. Wow. Can't you understand the sun and the moon are inside the dome? Okay? And you can see clouds in front of it and behind it. They're just light sources, folks. You see the structure? I mean, I like, we've been telling folks for a long time that it's a portal. The sun's a portal. I mean, you clearly can see, like, come on. Can't you see, like, something manifested there? It looks to be a face. You see the nose, the chin, the eyes. Like, folks, I'm really here to help. And look at the structures, folks. You think that's natural and normal? I should have subscription through the roof so more people could be exposed to this type of truth. But my sub count was stuck at 7.87. And guess what? Like I said before, I lost a sub. And this is the realest YouTube channel on earth. It's nobody that's going to go into detail and show you these things. No one. Because they're truly not using their third eye. I'm teaching people to use it. Okay? They have a movie out on Netflix. It's like the #1 movie. Don't Look Up. They don't want you to look up. I've been telling you to look up. The people, me and Kalai, have been telling you to look up. Are you serious? We've been telling you the sun's a portal. You feel me? It's structures around it. Like, wow. It's just like the cognitive dissonance is like too real. And this is from this shot, folks. You see this entity manifest down here? It's a woman. You see her face? She has braided hair. You see her black eyes. She's wearing a white robe or garment. Like you know. I'll show you. I'll keep on doing my job. I know what happens when you fuck up. Yeah, you see it. And it's two melanated people right here. It's a man and a woman. The man's wearing all white, his arms bent up. The woman's leaning over, and the man's whispering in her ear. I'll zoom that in because I know that sounds crazy. But if I say it, I can show it to you. You see her face leaning over. You see the guy with his hand up, whispering in her ear. You see it, the elbow bend, the organ. Yo, I mean, come on. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, YouTube, federal government. Trust me, I know what you're doing. I'm fighting you in real life. This is not a YouTube thing. We got real paperwork in on these folks. Like, stop playing with me. And folks that know me know I'm a true soldier. All the way 100. Built for it. And everything. Prepared for it. Like, I'm a warrior. Yeah, I'm not here to boost up this world. You feel me? I'm not. And just look at my community wall. I'm not selfish. I share people that got 13 subs, 0 subs, 1 subs, 1,000 subs. Like, come on, I'm helping everybody. It's community posts for a reason. Look, even from this perspective, you can see the man leaning over, whispering in her ear, and the being in all white. Up near the sun. See how I have her outlined? See them? I'll hold it in. Let it resonate. But I'm losing subs. I don't even see TV shows show you these type of things. All they show you is CGI. If they're not showing you real people's videos, they don't have shit to show you. See the structure? You see the man? See his face? Let's zoom in more. And please, folks, the 3 dots in the corner are for the resolution. Watch my videos in 1080p or higher. Okay? Don't sit and watch my video talking about it's blurry because you're watching it in 144 resolution because you don't know to hit those 3 buttons and hit the advanced resolution settings. Why do you think they did that? So you could tune right into my video with it on the lowest quality and say, man, I don't see nothing. There's a lot of stuff they do because of me. Trust me. Trying to tell me this should be coming out of the sun? Look how it's manifesting from downward going up. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Mm-hmm. Nobody do what I do. Nobody. Nobody. See the demonic entity in the reflection in the water at the aquarium? You see it? Look, right there. Let's zoom in closer on him. See him with the black eyes? The collar going around his neck? Stereotypical demon. This is the same demon Aleister Crowley used to talk about that he summoned. And you could Google for yourself, pull up on YouTube, the demon that Aleister Crowley summoned or followed or listened to. It's nothing but angels and demons here, folks. There's no such thing as aliens. The etymology of the word alien means angel from God, angel of the Most High. That's what alien means, okay? We are aliens, okay? We're angels of the Most High sent down into the lower parts of the earth, which are hell, okay? And we're in a test for your soul. It's only two ways, left or right, up or down. Pick your side. That's all it is. Everything here is a choice. It's all about picking a side. Okay? See the black eyes? It's outlined for you. The giant head, the collar going around. Like, come on. Like every creature, alien, demon you ever seen in every movie in your life. I'm here to show you. I'm the witness. See it? Black eyes. Even with no contrast, you still see the garment. And this is in water, folks. Still see him, even clearer. At the New Jersey Aquarium. I know. The type of things I've showed on this channel, people should be grateful when I open my mouth and show you something, because my body of work speaks volumes. The brother Anunnaki had a video on his channel. It was about Mentalek. He said the brother Mentalek kind of like lost his way because he was saying like real men should shave their face. Real men should not have beards and the mustaches. That's a lie. A man's supposed to have a beard and a mustache. Okay, we're men. It's a separation between men and women. And it's not just genetic. It's a physical thing. And it's also a look. It tells you here, it's a disgrace for a man to wear long hair. Corinthians 11 and 14. This is why so many so-called black people don't like the Bible. Okay, because the Bible's telling you things that are right. And then you say, oh, I don't want to do that. The Bible is trash. I'm going to do what I want to do. Right. It has a dietary law. It has like how could this be bad? We live in a world today where you can't tell the difference between a man and a woman. And men are wearing their hair so long, they're actually moving like women, wearing twisties around their wrists and stuff like that. That's all feminine. OK, I'm here to give you the truth. I'm not here to coddle you. I'm not spoon feeding you. I'm not sugarcoating anything. The Bible even tells you that if you're a man, you should dress like a man and not wear women's clothing, and vice versa. If you're a woman, you should not be wearing men's attire. And look where we are in today's society, folks. You trying to tell me that's bad? The Bible's bad when it tells you like love thy neighbor, want for your brother what you want for yourself. Why is it only black people are the only ones killing each other all throughout the United States and the world? No other race is doing that. I have a friend of mine that has a white wife, and she asked him, baby, why is it that only black men and women are dying out here? My contemporaries and my counterparts don't do that. Why is it that only black people do that? And not Africans. You feel me? Just the tribes mentioned in the Bible. It's like an all-out war against each other. No matter where you are in the four corners of the earth, you live in a squared circle. Understand that. Think about that. Could you imagine having a woman or a man of the other race and they're asking you like in full sincerity, what is going on? Why is it that only your people are killing each other? But she goes to work with white counterparts and they don't have to deal with the stress of being gunned down while pumping gas, robbed and killed while working, killed while walking your wife home or to school or to work. Kids have to have police guards on bus stops. I mean, does that sound like the civil rights era where, the white people was supposed to be so bad and the Klan and all this stuff? Who's really the Klan? Who's really the terrorist? Are you kidding me? You must be joking. I know people that won't let their children come outside out of fear of them being murdered right in front of their own home. And it don't have nothing to do with them. It could be stray bullets and everything. You got to be kidding me. After all we've been through, now we're our own worst enemy. You can't sit up here and act like you don't see this. The most dirtiest, violent neighborhoods are all so-called black people. That's disgusting. And these are images of the sun. With clouds behind it, clouds in front of it, things dripping off of it. Shout out Mr. Butterbud. We're a community, folks. I just don't use just one set person for videos. Like I show love, and I even shout out names so people could subscribe to their channels because they have stuff they need to say to you, and you need to hear it. That's why you're on YouTube, searching for information. When I grew up, it was nothing but encyclopedias and tons of lies. You had to believe what was in those books. We live in a time now, it's the age of Aquarius, the age of enlightenment. You must wake up. This is around the sun. You see the faces. That's why I stopped doing videos. But shout out George Macon, the urban nerds, he pump faked me a lot. He's scared to go live with me, out of fear of getting his channel taken down, or getting a strike. And I get it because he has a greater purpose with the children working through his organizations. But I told him he can come on my channel, so if my channel I'll take the strike, but, shout out George Macon. That's my man. Love him to death. Called me one day and said, Riz, I don't want to hear that, bro. You got a job to do. You're very important. And keep doing your job. You know what I told him? I said, you 100% right. You see the dragon's face. Let's see if I can pull down the light so you really could translate through. There it is. See his eye, his nose, his mouth is open, gigantic ear, and it looks like it's eating his tail. It's crazy, folks. Massive entity in the sky. Shout out Mr. Butterbud. Shout out all the sky watchers that are doing their job, that are letting you know, look up, okay? Stop looking down. Most Americans have neck problems from leaning over with their phone. You see the eye, crazy nose, mouth, and all types of craziness coming off the head. I mean, listen, you can see the arm up on this thing and the body of it. Like, I mean, wow. Wings, the whole nine. Like, people are in a strong delusion. Look up strong delusion and let me know if you're there. More pictures of the sun and all the organic structure and material and geometry that surround it. All lies, folks. Look at that. Like a giant eyeball. Like God's eye watching you. Can't make it up. Can't make it up, folks. You see the faces, entities and beings. I can go into the background and show you little big head people in the back that look like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, animal faces. Like, I could show you a lot, but my work has to be respected. I'm not here making up strange shapes in the sky. I'm coming at you with scholarship, logic, understanding, overstanding, a fundamental basis from elementary school that you can go into and be like, yeah, they did tell us that. So if that's the case, that's a lie. Like, I mean, come on. People see it every day. You see the sun and the moon up every single day at the same time. If we lived on a ball or a globe, who's getting that nighttime moon if it's still in my hemisphere of the so-called Earth? I see the sun and the moon at the same time. Like, come on. The moon was supposed to rotate out of my field of view and give someone else the lesser light of the evening or the night. Understand where you live at, folks. You live in an intelligent design system made to test souls. This is Lucifer's kingdom, okay? You could believe what you want. I'm telling you what's known. This is knowledge, knowing. I put the definition of believe and I put the definition of knowing on my community post. Like, I'm giving so much understanding, it doesn't make sense. And, you know, and people will still, you know, go against the grain, you know. I understand because my light is super shining, folks. I'm here doing the work of God, of the Most High. And guess what? Like I put in my community post, the Bible even says, yes, ye are gods, but you are not the God. You are God in a lowered state, a demigod, okay? From the source of all things, the higher power. Understand that. That's why you're down here, to be tested, because you are fucked up. Excuse my language, but I have to be harsh. I'm showing you the black man with the beard. I just showed you the real image of it from Brother Anunnaki's channel. And I showed you the green lizard king with the crown on and everything. Now, I'm going to end this video with that. I'm going to show you that. And then I'm going to show you the real picture where this creature was seen at, up near the sun. See his face? See the black eye, the nose? You see his nostrils, white horns coming out the side of his face, the red and gold crown. Like, come on, I just showed you the cartoon illustration of it. I mean, I literally showed the scene from Ephesians 6 and 12 on my channel, the real spiritual picture in the sky that God showed me to show the inhabitants of this world. And people still don't trust me, trust my information, trust what I'm showing them. It matches up perfectly to the cartoon illustration. The same I just showed you, the Lizard King, there he is riding on a horse. You don't think that's a horse? Look, see the ears, the eyes, the bridle and reins like every horse rider has to control the horse, like a chariot style body. I mean, come on. Come on. One more time for the mentally impaired, the deaf, dumb, and blind. You see that gold and red crown? Look at the clothing that it's wearing. I mean, it's adorned in gold and red. Same thing, folks. Same thing, folks. Everything you've been taught is a lie. Everything you think you know is a lie. You have to unlearn all that bullshit and relearn the truth. That's what I'm here for. They tell you that these are slaves. Okay? I thought I was going to end. I got a couple more. They tell you that these are slaves. These people look beaten, malfed, malnourished, emaciated. This looks like a photo op, folks. Just take a look. None of these people look like they're going through anything terrible. What you've been taught about slavery and all that stuff is all lies. All lies. You don't have a clue. Look at these so-called black slaves back in the day. They're throwing up the hidden hand. That's a Masonic sign. Come on. That's the hidden hand coming from a black face. Right next to her, right next to him, devil horns. Okay? Come on. Hidden hand on a child. How do you think young Eastern Stars and Masons come up? Do these people look beat down and sick? They're clean, they're dressed. Like, come on, you've been lied to. Wake up, 35,000 so-called slave ships, but they finding bones in Egypt and mummies and dinosaur bones. You're a fool if you believe that. I mean, a serious fool. Unbelievable fool. And of course, I got to show you the supernatural creatures that are lurking in the sugarcane fields back in the woods, wherever they are. Look at the backdrop. Look at that. Look at that entity. Looks like Peter Pan is wearing a little hat and everything. You see the whites of his eyes. You see his body. You see his arm up. Let me hold that in. Remember, when I show you something, I'm not playing with you. And when I talk, my words are 100% facts. I'm not giving you no theories. I'm not giving you no bullshit. Okay? I don't got time for theories. Okay? We only have time for the truth. Mark my words, we're going to be shut down again. You see the entities that are in the backdrop, folks? Look at this. This is all demonic. Face with the one eye. Face, two eyes. I mean, come on. Look at this. Couldn't make this stuff up. Unbelievable. The wristwatch, folks. The giant entity I showed numerous times. But, everybody got a time and a season. Everybody got a time and a season. Boy, you black people sure do hate the Bible. And I'm not a religious dude. Religion is man-made. But you sure do hate a book. They told you Jesus was a slave ship, but you can't show me one. You feel me? They used the Bible to enslave you. You got to prove that to me. That's all propaganda and lies, regurgitation and lies. And here I'm showing you the giant being with the watch on. Unbelievable, folks. Yeah, people been duped, hoodwinked, lied to, deceived. Like, I'm telling you, all lies, folks, to create division and hate. And we never unite and come together and see our common enemy. That's all it is, folks. See the watch shining? Yeah, when you see evil, you're supposed to hate it. You're not supposed to love it. You're supposed to hate it. Why would you love it? Ancient history, most folks don't know. The cynocephaly, which were the dog-headed men. Okay. Yeah, people don't have a clue. And androgynous creatures that were male and female with giant ears. Hairy people. Hairy women. Cyclops. People that had faces on their body. They didn't have a head. It was sealed off. This is stuff that's all been hidden from you. And you see today, be like, unbelievable. Because you're retarded. You're stuck in a box. You need to wake up. That's what I'm here for. I didn't say you're retarded as a hurtful thing. Look up the word retard. Okay? It means to hold something back. People that had backwards feet. They're showing you the history of creation, folks, of how DNA was manipulated. How many people can say cynocephaly? I know. Peace, love, and light. That's all it can be.